The article discusses the profound impact of artificial intelligence, AI, and the imminent emergence of artificial general intelligence, AGI, on society. The Government of India has released a report on the opportunities and challenges posed by AI. The complexity of digital infrastructure and cognitive warfare involving manipulation through technology pose significant threats. AGI, surpassing human intelligence, could disrupt economies, escalate inequalities, and potentially lead to digital colonialism. The article warns against over-reliance on AI, citing the example of the Hamas-Israel conflict, where AI dependence led to intelligence failures. It calls for global collaboration and ethical considerations in AI development, emphasizing the need to understand its potential consequences.
The Third Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation in Beijing saw the signing of 200 cooperation pacts between China and over 150 nations, with total investments reaching $380 billion between 2013 and 2022. However, China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, faces criticism due to ecological damage, labor disputes, and issues of compensation in partner countries. Alternatives to BRI have emerged, including the United States-Japan Initiative and India's India-Middle East-Europe Corridor, IMEC. Despite challenges, BRI remains central to China's global influence strategy, albeit with growing scrutiny and the emergence of competing global infrastructure initiatives.
Consumer inflation in India eased to 5% in September, providing relief after a spike in July's rate of 7.44%. While this falls within the Reserve Bank of India's RBI 2% to 6% tolerance range, the RBI aims for a 4% inflation rate. However, projections indicate challenges ahead. The RBI's estimates suggest an average inflation of 5.6% for this quarter and 5.2% from January to June 2024. The IMF and World Bank raised their estimates to 5.5% and 5.9%, respectively. Food inflation decreased, but cereals and spices remained high. Rural areas faced higher inflation, and uncertainties in agricultural production pose economic concerns. Wholesale prices remained deflationary, but rising global fuel and gas prices could impact retail prices soon, indicating potential challenges despite the current inflation dip.
The recently launched passenger ferry service between Kankesanthurai in Sri Lanka's northern province and Nagpattinam in Tamil Nadu fulfills a long-standing demand for the revival of a sea link across the Palk Strait, disrupted by Sri Lanka's civil war. The service aims to strengthen cultural, economic, and civilizational ties, enhancing cooperation in disaster management and maritime security. However, to ensure sustainability, authorities must address issues such as fare competitiveness, baggage allowance, and port amenities. Additionally, both countries need to promote economic ties, especially considering the asymmetrical bilateral relationship. Sustained policy attention is crucial for the success of the Nagpattinam-Kankesanthurai ferry service, preventing it from meeting the fate of previous attempts.
The article highlights the importance of recognizing and valuing women's unpaid work in India, which includes care work and household responsibilities. According to a national time use survey, 81.2% of women are engaged in unpaid domestic services, while men spend significantly less time on such activities. Women's unpaid work contributes to 7.5% of India's GDP, yet it often goes unnoticed and uncounted in economic estimates. The article emphasizes the need for governments to change how they value this labor, which would have implications for policies related to labor, employment, and protective legislation. Additionally, it discusses the challenges faced by low-income women who work irregularly and often lack support, advocating for solutions such as creche facilities to enable women to participate in the workforce more effectively. The article calls for dispelling myths around women's work, counting it appropriately, and providing fair support to empower women in India.
Income tax, IT, raids in Bangalore targeting contractors and realtors led to the discovery of 102 crore rupees in cash, gold jewelry, diamonds, and luxury watches. The BJP and JDS parties alleged the recovered money was corruption proceeds meant to fund the Congress for upcoming state elections. The Congress called the raids politically motivated. Former Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai criticized the head of the Karnataka State Contractors Association, linking him to a campaign against the previous BJP government. The raids have added pressure on the 5-month-old Congress government in Karnataka.
In Australia, a majority of voters rejected the proposal to establish an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice to Parliament, with around 40% voting yes and 60% voting no. The referendum aimed to recognize Indigenous peoples as the first peoples of Australia in the Constitution by creating an advisory body for the National Parliament and Government. The proposal, derived from the Uluru Statement from the Heart, faced significant opposition and misinformation, leading to its failure. The government, bound by the referendum result, will not pursue an alternative model for the voice. Indigenous advocates emphasize the need for truth-telling and understanding of Australia's history.
Quantum computers, while promising immense computing power, require smart algorithms to exploit their capabilities. Unlike classical algorithms, quantum algorithms use quantum gates and qubits, which can be both 0 and 1 simultaneously due to superposition. One notable quantum algorithm, Shor's algorithm, efficiently factors large integers, challenging classical cryptography. Grover's quantum search algorithm identifies numerical patterns in large lists much faster than classical methods. The Dodge-Rosa algorithm showcases exponential speed-up by determining constant or balanced relations in one computation, a task requiring multiple steps for classical computers. As quantum technology advances, these algorithms will revolutionize various fields, from optimization to drug design.